consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
I wish I could see you as I ask this question, but raise your hand if you or someone you know has been sick lately. It seems like everywhere you look around town, especially kids out there, are really dealing with a lot of sicknesses that appear to at least be the flu if they're not the flu. So it's a good time for us to have Sharon Goforth here from the Hamilton County Health Department, and she says it's kind of setting up to look like it could be a bad flu season.
I'm afraid to say that you may be correct. And a lot of that, I think, is because we were so into all the COVID things and the masking, and last year was a pretty easy flu season for us. But because we've kind of backed away from that, I think we're going to see flu come back again this year, like years that we've seen before.
So I'm going to set you up with some ignorant questions, but everybody has their differences of opinion, and you know that.
Absolutely.
So as you're saying that it's because we were wearing masks last year, you know that there are some people saying, I don't want to have to wear one anymore.
And that's a personal choice.
That's a personal choice.
I understand that personal choice. For me personally, I'm wearing a mask.
Right.
If I know that I'm going to be close to you, that less than 6 feet, I'm going to have a mask on. If I'm going into the grocery store or to the mall and I know there are going to be a lot of people there and I'm not going to be able to avoid everybody, I'm going to have my mask on. That is for my protection, but it's also for your protection as well.
Right.
But I understand the personal choice.
And part of the reason I asked you that, or began to say that in fairness, was that I would think universally though, we were just a little bit more protected last year. So have our immune systems gone down a little bit?
I don't know that that's necessarily, I mean, I really can't speak to that, but personally I don't know that that's really the case. I really think last year was because we were still in COVID mode. We were still masking. We were still being aware of that personal space kind of thing. We were also, because I hate to say it this way, we still had a lot of people that were sick. They were staying home. They weren't out spreading it around. All of that comes into play when we talk about respiratory illnesses.
Okay, let's talk about a few things. Am I right that it seems like right now it's younger people, elementary through college age kids, who are getting the flu, or is it hitting everybody?
Well, I think it's still hitting everybody, but we always get concerned about the lower end of the age spectrum and the upper end of the age spectrum. For our young children, a lot of them, and especially for our 6-month and younger, because they can't get vaccinated at all. So we always recommend that for everybody around them to get vaccinated, but we also know that their immune systems are not as mature, so they do seem to have worse cases of flu. The other end of the spectrum are 65 and older for the same reason. As we get older, no matter what we do as far as exercise, diet, our immune system just starts to weaken. So we get concerned about, once again, both ends of that age spectrum.
Right. So I'm a mom, so I'm in that walk of my life. And I have several friends at several different schools whose kids have gotten sick lately. That's why I said raise your hand. And some of them have had flu-like symptoms, yet when they get tested, it's coming back negative. And you said there's actually a type C flu that people don't think about.
There is, but it's usually very mild, and it's not one that we vaccinate against. It's more like a common cold, but it's also not something that they're going to test for. So that's a possibility. I mean, I just throw that out as a possibility as to why the test that they're doing for flu A and B is not coming back positive, because obviously it's not one of those.
Is it worth saying that the flu is a virus, so if you should get it, there's no medicine that can really help you through it?
There are some things that they can use if we catch it quickly that will help you, but it's not a preventive.
Like Tamiflu?
It's not like taking an antibiotic for a bacterial illness, like Tamiflu, Relenza, those things. But you have to catch it quickly, and it needs to start quickly. It will make the course for you less severe.
If you want to get a flu shot, it's not too late?
It is not too late. It really is not too late. Now is the perfect time to do it. We have the holidays coming up. We know everybody's going to get together for the holidays. If you have one person in that room who has flu, that could potentially spread very quickly.
What are your symptoms usually early on? How do you know?
Fever, cold-like symptoms, body aches, fatigue. Everything that we've talked about for the past 2.5 years for COVID, those are the same symptoms. That's a part of the problem.
Doesn't it hit you though like a freight train?
I tell everybody, you can go to bed feeling okay and wake up in the middle of the night so sick that you just can't move.
So in fairness, if you've had a family get together and somebody had the flu, they might not have had any symptoms.
Exactly, because early on, you may not have symptoms, but you are at least contagious for the first day before you probably have any symptoms.
Okay.
So you're rightfully there thinking you're fine, but you may be spreading that.
Can you come to the health department to get a flu shot?
You absolutely can. Please
Okay.
come.
Is there a charge for the flu shot?
Now that I don't know all the
Okay.
prices, but if you have insurance, we may be able to bill your insurance. If you're on Medicare, we can bill Medicare. We
Okay.
have all of that into place to be able to make that either free or low cost for you.
Okay. Washing your hands is key?
Always washing your hands. Once again, still keeping that distance. If you are sick, stay home. Please stay home.
You know, we
Don't
can say
spread
that
it.
3 times.
And people are still going to, because even if they've taken the day off because they're sick, they say, oh, but I need to go and do this and this and this. Please don't do that.
Right.
Please stay at home
Yeah.
and take care of yourself and not spread it around.
I love talking to you. I've missed seeing
Thank
you here.
Thank you. It's always so nice to be here.
So the Hamilton County Health Department is your resource, 209-8088, health.hamiltontn.org. If you haven't gotten the flu shot, they would love to help you get one, and just come with your insurance or whatever you have, and they will help you navigate those payment waters.
Absolutely.
Here's to a healthy winter.
Yes.
Local 3 wants to send you to Dollywood's Smoky